Yeah, I mean, I was actually at home playing Call of Duty. Um, but I was excited, hear about it, as the days lead up and time leads up. And then, when it kind of happens, it's like a surreal feeling. But, just opportunity and, excitement and, playing, with guys I used to play with and, new guys. And I'm excited to be here.
As a playoff-tested veteran, when you look at this team, where do you feel like you can contribute and what do you feel like you can bring to the table?
I mean, little things, all the intangibles, be the dirty work player, knock down open shots, try to make my teammates better any way I can, and, learn from them every way. I mean, take us as far as we can.
You're reunited with Kevin Durant and obviously going to get to play with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Just your impressions of being able to fit in with those guys.
I mean, real well. I mean, playing with KD last year, playing with Grayson in Utah, and then, taking the challenge at Garden Book and, Brad, playing against them. But, just to learn from those guys every day, try to get myself better, pick up, all the little things I can from them, and then just grow every day.
Royce and Kellen Olson, nice to meet you. Welcome to the Valley. With your experience in Utah and Brooklyn, how much does that help you for a role like this where you don't know how many shots you're going to take, but you're going to maximize your role?
I mean, it prepared me a lot. I mean, from first moment I played in Utah, I mean, not getting any shots to, shooting 10 threes, 12 threes this year. I mean, just expanding my game, being unselfish, and just being a great team player.
How much is passing a part of your game?
I'd rather get an assist than a bucket, to be honest. So, got a lot of guys in this team that can score. So, scoring myself, but then, just being a playmaker, whenever I'm needed, getting these guys involved and winning as many games we can.
Did you see the game last night?
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
So you saw that ball moving, you were like...
Oh, for sure. I said I'm going to fit right in, so I'm not worried about it.
Dirty work sort of connotes defense, too. What do you take pride in?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's what I started my career, playing defense, and then just every year taking the challenge of guarding the best player on the other team, learning. And then, I like playing defense, and I thrive out there, so.
Royce, you use the ball fake a lot. Can you just talk about that and how that kind of affects defenses and stuff?
For sure. That's my little special talent. It gives me a lot of open threes and, drives, for my teammates. But, just, learning every day, taking skills from guys that I can incorporate into my game. So.
I'm Dana Scott, and welcome to the Valley again. But I was wondering, you grew up in Texas. Obviously, Kevin went there for his one and done here. What's it like? I know you just talked about playing with him in Brooklyn, but what's it like growing up seeing a guy that you finally playing with again here in Phoenix?
Yeah, a lot. Just follow his whole career, from high school and college. I grew up in Killeen, which is right by Austin, so, and then going to camps, close by. Just the opportunity and, luxury to play with him again. He told me we was going to be teammates again after he left, so here we are.
Royce, what were just your biggest impressions of this Suns team from afar at the start of the season and now being able to join, knowing that you're going to be able to make an impact?
I think, the character guys they got, the way they play, it's a different style. Guys, guarding different positions, playing the right way. So I think, I fit right into that. And, I'm just excited to be that extra piece that we got.
Talking about guarding different positions, looking at your defensive film, you have a tendency to be able to stonewall guys when they're trying to drive on you. How much pride do you take in being able to play up a position and guard guys bigger than normal?
I take a lot of pride in it. Just taking the challenge every night. Guarding 1 through 5, whoever I got to. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to just do me.
You got those quick hands as well on some of those swipes. When did you kind of develop that as part of your defensive game?
I'd probably say, just throughout the years, knowing guys' tendencies, trying to beat them to spots, react quicker to them. So I think I'd use that to my advantage and then try to get as many steals and blocks that I can.
You're banged against a lot of Western Conference guys for a lot of Utah. What's your evaluation of what the West looks like and what it's going to take to...
It's talented all around. You see the, standings that, is going on right now. Games, really close. Teams, right there next to each other. So I think, night in, night out, just bringing it and, playing the right way, getting the minutes.
LeBron and those kind of guys, you kind of embrace that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. who wouldn't? I mean, it's the NBA. Why wouldn't you love embracing it?
Royce, are you making your debut tomorrow?
I mean, I think that's the plan. It's first day, so whatever I gotta do, play tomorrow. If I played today, if I could have got here yesterday, I would have played. But just whenever I'm called, step up and be ready.
How much did kind of playing international ball and having to earn your contract in the summer league shape how you play on the floor today?
I mean, it meant a lot. I mean, it was like, one of the setting stones, bringing that overseas international game, here, learning, more team concepts and different rules and incorporate to the game that I have now.
You played with a prominent rim protector, Rudy, over in Utah. Then you went over to Brooklyn. You're playing with a guy like Nick, who's kind of more fits a small ball type of style with his versatility. So even though he's a 7-footer, but you come here and he's the guys that kind of has more of a small ball feel. Do you feel like that fits more your style of play, or does you adapt more to maybe something where you have a guy like Rudy or the other big that's like that in the middle?
I mean, I think I just adapt either way. I mean, any lineup, small ball, tall, I think that's just the versatility, I'm able to bring and, that the team also has. So.
From your experience, how tough a guard are Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, and what's it going to be like to be teammates with them now?
I mean, I'm just glad I ain't got to guard them no more. But, I mean, just, seeing the way that game evolved over the years, and then now be able to learn from them. I mean, being cool with them, throughout the time in the NBA, and now be able to teammates and learn more about them.
Speaking of Book, when you were in Utah, you guys had your fair share of battles. There was a lot of chirping both ways. Just that's the type of competitive fire you want out of a teammate, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, that means he's going to go to bat for you. You're going to go to bat for him. I mean, being one of the leaders on the team, want to step up for him and, be there, have his back.
Grayson's had a great year here. How have you seen him grow as a player since Utah to now?
A lot. I mean, just maturing and, the way his game is taking off. I mean, he's, #1 in three-point in the NBA right now. So, I mean, that explains a lot. And, just being proud of the way his journey is taking him.
What are some of the early conversations? What have they been like with the players here?
I mean, just normal. We ain't got too much into it, so.
And I know you talked about how you're playing Call of Duty and Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Booker like to play some, so how much are you looking for?
Right. Yeah, we played a couple times before, so I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So.
Who's best on the sticks?
I mean, I heard Book was really good. I haven't really played with him yet, so we're gonna see. I played with KD and Brad a little bit, so.
Another off-the-court question I
tries to be
have.
low-key about it, but watch out.
I know, right? I know.
He's something.
I know.
Yeah.
Another off-the-court question I have is, what exactly is the life adjustment like for you coming all the way from Brooklyn, to Phoenix? Obviously, you just came within the past 2 years from Utah. So,
Yeah.
What's that like for you and your family?
I mean, luckily I'm, by myself. Got my dog. I think he was more in Texas. I think he's gonna be back to with me. But I mean, just the adjustment. I mean, I'm not really, worried about it. I mean, I kind of been, traveling and going from overseas to the NBA, so it's not really a big adjustment for me. Either way, I'm gonna fit in.
Were you surprised at the trade? Were you expecting it? Or was it something that came out of the blue?
I mean, I was definitely surprised. I mean, you hear about it, but you don't never know what's gonna happen. And then, as the time got closer and closer, started realizing it's gonna be more real, and then it happened. So.
How'd you find out?
My agent called me. And then, tweets. So.
Any conversations you have with Frank and how he sees you?
Yeah, I mean, he called me right after, the trade happened. Talked a little bit. He told me I'm going to fit in really well. I'm one of the pieces that, is missing on this team. And he's excited to, coach me, and I'm excited to be here.
Kev was saying he's excited not just to have you as a teammate again, but as a human being. So what's one thing you would like Suns fans to know about who Royce O'Neal is?
I mean, Royce O'Neal, he's going to bring it every day with his own swag and, coolest guy y'all might meet.
Thank you, Royce.
Thank you.
We're Gabe. Welcome to the Valley.
Thank you.
Just wanted to get your thoughts. Where were you when you heard about the trade, and what were kind of your initial reactions?
Yeah, I was at home. We had Grizzlies had a Chicago Bulls game that night, and I received a call from Zach, and he just said, hey, we're just going to do this deal with Phoenix, and it's something that kind of just came up, and we're going to seize the opportunity. So I respected it. I really appreciate my time in Memphis and for them drafting me. So nothing but respect and love over there, and I'm just excited for this new journey.
When you look at this Suns team and what they are from afar, where do you feel like you can slot in and what you can bring to the table?
Yeah, man, they're a great team. Loaded with star power. So whatever I can do to help, guard, defend, rebound, just make the right plays and make their job easier is something that I plan to do. And I think it's something that can be special here, and I'm very excited to get to work.
James had mentioned your physicality. You like to drive quite a bit. How do you feel about that kind of slotting into this week?
Yeah, I think it'll slide in seamless, I would say. Again, I'm a physical player, and I love to compete too. So both offensively and defensively. So I think that's something that's really going to kind of show here, and I'm just excited to learn more and really just get out on the court.
David, I'm Kellen Olson. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Valley. Where do you feel like you've grown as a player the most since the draft in the last year and a half?
Man, I've grown in so many ways, on and off the court. So, I think really just learning how to be a professional and how to stay consistent. The cliche is stay ready so you don't have to get ready, but there's a true testament to that part of this, NBA life. So I've really just started to learn that and, can figure out a routine for myself and just try to get better every day.
It's been a challenging year for you guys in Memphis, but with that said, you were able to get consistent minutes now for the last couple of weeks. How much did that help you kind of settle in this year, not only this year, but just in the NBA in general?
Yeah, it really helped me, kind of gain confidence within those minutes. You're in a lot of game situations, end of game situations that, most of the starters, on a normal team would be in, and I would be watching. I'm in the heat of battle, so for that it's really helping my growth and my experience. So hopefully I can take this to this team.
David, your skill set in college certainly showed that interior, you can shoot from the outside, you make the right pass and the right play. How did you develop that?
I think it's really just experience and just kind of being taught that and coached that when I was younger. Always playing the right way, making the right play is always going to be better than trying to force something up. So for me, it's definitely something that I rely heavily on, and that's just kind of how I play basketball, how I fell in love with the game.
David, for you personally, what does the process look like in kind of navigating, fitting in with your new team, getting here and building that chemistry?
Yeah, it's really just meeting the guys and really just kind of talking and just getting to know each other. And I've watched a lot of film of them, and I've competed against them for 2 years now, a year and a half now. So really just try to help them as much as possible, and they can help me as much as possible getting accustomed to this new team and this new city.
David, I'm Dana Scott. Welcome again. Obviously, you come from Memphis, where there's a young superstar in Job, understanding playing with him, and now you're coming to a team with 3 veteran superstars, and Beal, Durant, and the book. So what's that do to you for inspiration to prove yourself on this team?
Yeah, it just gives more opportunity to learn. Again, those 3 guys are elite players and some of the best in the world. So, for me to come in and really just try to learn from them as much as possible and really just try to help them make their job easier.
David, I'm Lena Washington with 12 News. I'm just curious what you knew about the Phoenix market, this organization, from the outside before landing here.
Yeah, I actually did pre-draft here, so I spent about 2 months here before I got drafted, and then some parts of the off season, I have some trainers here and friends here, so I'm very familiar with Phoenix. Was just excited to be back in the city, back in the warmth. Before it gets too hot in the summer. But just excited just around just the history and the fans. There's very, very excited about this team and very excited about this organization. So I'm just blessed to be here.
And what were the conversations like with both James and Frank in this transition so far?
Yeah, it's just they're very excited for me, to be here, and just excited to get going and get to work.
When you go from a situation like obviously Memphis, injuries really bogged you guys down, and you come here to a team that has championship aspirations. As a younger player, how valued does that make you feel to know that on their radar and wanted you here?
Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot. Just for me to be wanted in that light, and just again very very excited to try to see what kind of shakes out of this. But I'm very very excited just to get to work.
It's a big versatility-driven league. You screened a lot in Memphis, and then you switched a lot in Memphis. And how much does that kind of cater to your game, as opposed to like more the traditional structure of the college game?
Yeah, I think the versatility part is something that's more consistent in the league, and I think that winning teams, have to switch 1 through 5 sometimes, and I think that's something that is very important, and also having physicality as well on the defensive end can, and everyone can pass, dribble, shoot. I think that's something that's a key aspect to the playoffs.
I was wondering about Colorado State coming from there, and now they're up in the ranks this season. So what's that like coming from a team that was still trying to basically establish themselves as one of the best in the country, and now they are?
Man, it's been amazing. That manifestation of from when I got there with our group and to see where they are now, it's just been amazing. Trying to watch all their games and trying to keep up with them, texting all those guys. There's not too many guys from when I was there, but I always try to stay connected with the coaching staff. They're all there, so just try to stay as connected as I can.
I was reading somewhere, maybe I'm off it, but with the understanding that your mother's pretty animated and a big part of your life, can you describe what she means to you and what should we look for when she gets here?
Yeah. What to look for is just high energy. She has a glow to her. So she's from northeast Minneapolis, so you're gonna hear her for sure. I'm very close with my mom, and she'll be on a flight later today. But just very excited to have her here as well. She loves Phoenix as well, so she's very excited.
David, what were some of your impressions of the Suns just having played them in the past?
Yeah, like I said, just star-studded power. With those 3 guys, as well as just they play fast. They play fast and want to get out in transition, want to get stops and move the ball, and then let those 3 guys work. They have a lot of length as well. With Nurk inside, offensive rebounding power too. So, very physical team and a team that can make a deep run.
Thanks, David.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it.
Awesome.